Hello and welcome to the session on free and open source softwares FOSS. Free and open source software is a software that can be classified as both free software and open source software. That is, anyone is freely licensed to use, copy, study and change the software in any way, and the source code is openly shared so that people are encouraged to voluntarily improve the design of the software. This is in contrast to the proprietary software, where the software is under restrictive copyright licensing and the source code is usually hidden from the users. FOSS maintains the software users' civil liberty rights. Other benefits of using FOSS can include decreased software cost, increased security and stability, protecting privacy, education and giving users more control over their own hardware. Free and open source operating systems such as Linux is widely utilized today, powering millions of servers, desktops, smartphones, example Android and other devices. Free software licenses and open source licenses are used by many software packages. The free software movement and the open source software movement are online social movements behind widespread production and adoption of FOSS. Free and open source software is an umbrella term for software that is simultaneously considered both free software and open source software. FOSS allows the user to inspect the source code and provides a high level of control of the software's functions compared to proprietary software. The term free software does not refer to the monetary cost of the software at all, but rather whether the license maintains the software user's civil liberties. There are a number of related terms and abbreviations for free and open source software, or free or liber and open source software FLOSS. Although there is almost a complete overlap between free software licenses and open source software licenses, there is a strong philosophical disagreement between the advocates of these two positions. The terminology of FOSS or free and open source software was created to be a neutral on these philosophical disagreements between the Free Software Foundation, that is FSF, and the Open Source Initiative, that is OSI, and have a single unified term that could refer to both concepts. Now we shall go through the difference between free software and open source software. As the Free Software Foundation, that is FSF, explains the philosophical difference between free software and open source software, the two terms describe almost the same category of software, but they stand for views based on fundamentally different values. Open source is a development methodology. Free software is a social movement. For the free software movement, free software is an ethical imperative, essential respect for the user's freedom. By contrast, the philosophy of open source considers issues in terms of how to make software better in a practical sense only. In parallel to this, the Open Source Initiative OSI considers many free software licenses to also be open source. These include the latest version of the FSF three main licenses: the General Public License GPL, the Lesser General Public License that is LGPL, and the GNU FROP General Public License, that is AGPL. Four essential freedoms of free software. The Richard Stallman's free software definition, adopted by the Free Software Foundation FSF, defines free software as a matter of liberty, not price, and it upholds the four essential freedoms. To meet the definition of free software, the Free Software Foundation FSF requires the software's licensing respect to the civil liberties, human rights of what the Free Software Foundation calls the software users four essential freedoms. First one, the freedom to run the program as you wish for any purpose, that is freedom 0. And the second one, the freedom to study how the program works and change it so it does your computing as you wish. That is freedom 1. Access to the source code is a precondition for this. And the third one, the freedom to redistribute copies as you can help others. That is freedom 2. And the last one is the freedom to distribute copies of your modified versions to others. That is freedom 3. By doing this, you can give the whole community a chance to benefit from your changes. Access to the source code is a precondition for this. Open source. The open source software definition is used by the Open Source Initiative, that is OSI, to determine whether a software license qualifies for the organization's insignia for open source software. The definition was based on the Debian Free Software Guidelines, written and adapted primarily by Bruce Perens. Perens did not base his writing on the 4 essential freedoms of free software from the Free Software Foundation, which were only later available on the web. Perens subsequently stated that he felt Eric Raymond's promotion of open source unfairly overshadowed the Free Software Foundation's efforts and reaffirmed his support for free software. In the following 2000s, he spoke about open source again. Now we shall go through the difference between open source software and free software. Do you use open source software or free software? Although there are different rules for free software licenses and open source licenses, what is not apparent from those two sets of rules is both terms refers to essentially the same set of licenses and software, and each term implies different underlying values. In other words, although the terms free software and open source software refers to essentially the same set of licenses, they arrive at that set via different routes. And even though the licenses are the same, a person's choice of terminology may imply a different emphasis in values. The concept of free software was developed by Richard Stallman in 1980s. The focus is on what the recipient of software is permitted to do with the software. Roughly, it means that the users have the freedom to run, copy, distribute, study, change and improve the software. Open source focuses on the practical consequences enabled by these licenses. Surprisingly, effective collaboration on software development. Free software came first. Later, it became apparent that free software was leading to remarkable collaboration dynamics. In 1997, Eric Raymond's seminal essay, The Cathedral and the Bazaar, focused attention on the implications that free software has for software development methodology. In Why Open Source Misses the Point of Free Software, Stallman explains the two terms describe almost the same category of software, but they stand for views based on fundamentally different values. Open source is a development methodology. Free software is social movement. Rather than aligning with one or the other, many people find varying degrees of resonance with the values underlying each term. What if someone wants to refer to the type of software without specifying underlying values? Awkwardly, there is no broadly accepted term that refers to the licenses or the software that neutral about the values implied by each term. In other words, we lack a third term that refers to that same software and same set of licenses, but does not take sides with respect to why that software and those licenses are significant. It may be that open source was initially expected to be a neutral term. However, it has developed its own implied values. Now we shall go through FOSS and UNESCO. The free and open source software FOSS model provides interesting tools and process with which women and men can create, exchange, share and exploit software and knowledge efficiently and effectively. FOSS can play an important role as a practical instrument for development, as its free and open aspirations make it a natural component of development efforts in the context of the Millennium Development Goals, that is MDGs. At the 36th General Conference on November 2011, UNESCO launched the Open Education Resource, that is OER platform, which was developed with the force-based CHISIMPA framework developed by the African Virtual Open Initiatives and Resources Network, that is AVOIR, comprised of 11 African universities. On the same occasion, a revamped UNESCO's open training platform site built with a force content management system was launched. The Secretariat has launched force activities and aimed to assist member states in formulating enabling ICT in education policies with a view to empower stakeholders to make better informed decisions and to benefit from the possibilities offered by different software models. In the area of software, UNESCO fulfills its basic functions of a laboratory of ideas and a standard setter to forge universal agreements on emerging ethical issues by supporting the development and use of open, interoperable, non-discriminatory standards for information handling and access as important elements in developing effective infrastructures that contribute to democratic practices, accountability and good governance. UNESCO recognizes that software plays a crucial role in access to information and knowledge. Different software models including proprietary, open source and free software have many possibilities to increase competition, access by users, diversity of choice and to enable all users to develop solutions which best meet their requirements. The development and use of open, interoperable and discriminatory standards for information handling and access are important elements in the development of effective infrastructure. The community approaches to software development has great potential to contribute to operationalize the concept of knowledge societies. The free and open source software model provides interesting tools and processes with which people can create, exchange, share and exploit software and knowledge efficiently and effectively. Force can play an important role as a practical instrument for development as its free and open aspirations make it a natural component of development efforts in the context of the Sustainable Development Goals, that is SDGs. Consistent support plays an important role in the success and sustainability of force solutions. All software choices should be based upon the solution's ability to achieve the best overall return on technology investments. Now we shall go through the rationale behind open source software. The rationale for this movement is that a larger group of programmers not concerned with the proprietary ownership or financial gain will produce a more useful and bug-free product for everyone to use. The concept relies on peer review to find and eliminate bugs in the program code, a process that commercially developed and packaged programs do not employ. The basics behind the open source initiative is that when programmers can read, redistribute and modify the source code for a piece of software, the software evolves. Open source sprouted in the technological community as a response to proprietary software owned by corporations. Proprietary software is privately owned and controlled. In the computer industry, proprietary is considered the opposite of open. A proprietary design or technique is one that is owned by a company. It also implies that the company has not divulged specifications that would allow other companies to duplicate the product. Open source is a certification standard issued by the Open Source Initiative, that is OSI, that indicates that source code of a computer program is made available free of charge to the general public. OSI dictates that in order to consider OSI certified, a product must meet the following criteria. The first criteria is the author or holder of the license of the source code cannot collect royalties on the distribution of the program. And the second criteria is the distributed program must make the source code accessible to the user. The third one is the author must allow the modification and derivations of the work under the program's original name. The fourth criteria include no person, group or field of endeavor can be denied access to the program. The rights attached to the program must not depend on the programs being part of a particular software distribution. The sixth criteria include the licensed software cannot place restrictions on other software that is distributed with it. Open source software is normally distributed with the source code under an open source license. Open source does not just mean access to the source code. The distribution terms of open source software must comply with the following criteria. First one, the free redistribution. The license shall not restrict any party from selling or giving away the software as a component of an aggregate software distribution containing programs from several different sources. The license shall not require a royalty or other fee or such sale. The second criteria is the source code. The program must include source code and must allow distribution in source code as well as compiled form. Where some form of a product is not distributed with source code, there must be a well publicized means of obtaining the source code for not more than a reasonable reproduction cost, preferably downloading via the internet without charge. The source code must be the preferred form in which a programmer would modify the program. Intermediate forms such as the output of a preprocessor or translator are not allowed. The third criteria is the derived works. The license must allow modifications and derived works and must allow them to be distributed under the same terms as the license of the original software. The fourth criteria is the integrity of the author's source code. The license may restrict source code from being distributed in modified form only if the license allows the distribution of patch files with the source code for the purpose of modifying the program at build time. The license must explicitly permit redistribution of software built from modified source code. The license may require derived works to carry a different name or version number from the original software. The next criteria is the no discrimination against person or groups. The license must not discriminate against any person or group of persons. And the other criteria include no discrimination against a field of endeavor. The license must not restrict anyone from making use of the program in a specified field of endeavor. For example, it may not restrict the program from being used in a business or from being used for genetic research. Next criteria is the distribution of license. The rights attached to the program must apply to all to whom the program is redistributed without the need for execution of an additional license by those parties. The eighth criteria is the license must not be specific to a product. The right attached to the program must not depend on the programs being part of a particular software distribution. If the program is extracted from that distribution and used for or distributed within the terms of the program's license, all parties to whom the program is redistributed should have the same rights as those that are granted in conjunction with the original software distribution. The ninth criteria is the license must not restrict other software. The license must not place restrictions on other software that is distributed along with the licensed software. For example, the license must not insist that all other programs distributed on the same medium must be open source software. And the last one is the license must be technology neutral. No provisions of the license may be predicated on any individual technology or style of interface. Now we shall go through the free software licensing. All open source software is not distributed under the same licensing agreement. Some may use a free software license, a copyleft or GPL compatible. The GNU GPL license is a free software license and a copyleft license, while a GNU lesser general public license is a free software license but not a strong copyleft license. There are many different types of licenses for free software, some GNU GPL compatible, some not. The Open Source Initiatives approves open source licenses after they have successfully gone through the approval process and comply with the open source definition. There is currently well over 50 licenses that have been approved by the Open Source Initiative, that is OSI. For example, the GNU General Public License, that is GPL, is a one license that accompanies some open source software that details how the software and its accompanying source code can be freely copied, distributed and modified. The most widespread use of GPL is in reference to the GNU GPL, which is commonly abbreviated simply as GPL when it is understood that the term refers to the GNU GPL. One of the basic tenets of the GPL is that anyone who acquires the material must make it available to anyone else under the same licensing agreement. The GPL does not cover activities other than the copying, distributing and modifying of the source code. Now we shall go through some successful open source projects. One is the SendMail. SendMail is an open source mail transfer agent, that is MTA, used for routing and delivery email. The original version of SendMail was written by Eric Edelman in the early 1980s. It is estimated that SendMail is installed on 60 to 80% of the internet's mail server computers. Next is Apache Web Server, often refers to as simply Apache, a public domain open source web server developed by a loosely knit group of programmers. The first version of Apache was developed in 1995. Co-development of the Apache web server is performed by a group of about 20 volunteer programmers called the Apache group. However, because the source code is freely available, anyone can adapt the server for specific needs, and there is a large public library of Apache add-ons. Linux is a freely distributable open source operating system that runs on a number of hardware platforms. The Linux kernel was developed mainly by Linus Torvalds. Because of its free and because it's run on many platforms including PCs and Macintoshes, Linux has become an extremely popular alternative to proprietary operating systems. The GNU Network Object Model Environment, that is GNOME. GNOME is a part of the GNU project and part of the free software or open source movement. GNOME is a Windows-like desktop system that works on Unix and Unix-like systems and is not dependent on any one window manager. The current version runs on Linux, FreeBSD, IRIX and Solaris. The main objective of GNOME is to provide a user-friendly suite of applications and an easy-to-use desktop. Now let us summarize what we have discussed so far. Free and open source software, that is FOSS, also known as Free Liberal Open Source Software, that is FLOSS, and Free Open Source Software, that is FOSS, is software developed by informal collaborative network of programmers. The source code is licensed free of charge, encouraging modifications and improvements. The term free software refers to a lack of restrictions on individual users as well as zero cost. The term open source software refers to collaborative or networked development. FOSS, which embraces the benefits and adherence of both paradigms, is gaining a widespread acceptance as traditional modes of software design are challenged. The increasingly popularity of FOSS has led to frustrations in some circles of at least three reasons. The first reason is conventional software developers distributors and sellers fear that force will undercut their profits. The second reason is abuse of force privileges may lead to questionable claims of copyright or trademark protection, thereby spawning litigation. The third reason is the monetary value of force is unclear, so government has trouble figuring out how to tax it. Thank you for watching this program. Have a nice day.